All right, here we go. Here we go. Malik Frails uncut, no drugs involved. Holy cow. Holy cow. So what's going on, everybody? We back in the building. We back with another one. Back with a banger. Back with a banger. I think that's PT thing, Preston's thing. If anything, I think he's the biggest YouTuber in town right now.
Yeah.
He really kind of is so far. But hey, everybody, I'm sitting here today with my friend here, Malik Frails. Malik Frails is a Division I and Division II baseball player, all right? And I know that's what most of y'all might have clicked on this video for, because I know I'm going to probably put that in a thumbnail somewhere, for the most part, somewhere. Because, because it's really not easy to do what you've done at all. And then even the life during isn't easy. Like, people think, oh, I'm a baseball player. I signed up for the glitz and glam. I'm closer. What that means is I have school, baseball practice, sleep. Again, because it was kind of the same thing in high school if you took it, you know what I'm saying, serious enough. Any sport, really. But we're gonna stop talking about me, hell. But let's dive into Malik a little bit. Malik, thank you for coming on. Glad to have you. No problem. Tell everybody, I guess, your name, where you're from, and I guess what's your biggest project now, or what are you working on?
My name is Malik Frails, and I'm from Harlem, Georgia, and currently play at Francis Marion University in Florence, South Carolina.
Hold it a little closer.
Mm-hmm. All right.
In South Carolina?
Yeah, in South Carolina.
And what's the name of that school again?
Francis Marion.
Francis Marion. Where'd you go first?
I went to Alabama A&M first.
You went to Alabama A&M first?
Yeah.
They got a pretty bigger, I guess you could say, baseball program now, don't they?
Yeah, that school was like a mid-major Division I, but I really enjoyed my time there while I was there. So.
Oh, okay. So with Alabama A&M, so you played baseball how long? Like, how long has baseball been a part of your life?
Dang,
you know what I'm saying?
Since I was like 5 years old.
5?
Yeah.
Oh, hold it up close. Hold it how I'm holding. I promise you're not gonna kill him. I promise you're not gonna kill him. But since how old?
5.
Since 5?
Yeah.
Damn, that's where everybody really gets to that then too.
Yeah.
At real young age, real young age. So you played a couple of things, because I know me and you, we basically met while you were playing football at the time.
Yeah, middle
so
school.
were you always playing a bit of everything and then kind of chose baseball later?
Obviously I started with baseball, then I played football with that, and then I kind of ventured over into basketball a little bit, but found out basketball wasn't really my thing.
Yeah, no, it's a yeah. It's a.
I got the height for it, but I can't shoot.
Hey, no,
Shaq,
bro,
man.
that's the thing, bro. You'd be surprised. I think out of all athletes there are, and I seen Draymond Green and LeBron James talk about this during a podcast, and it was like I forgot what it's called, but like they basically get their haircut during it type deal. And they were talking about there's probably actually more people playing NBA basketball that can't play basketball than there is anywhere in the world. Fam, I play soccer. You can't fake it. You can't. You can't fake soccer.
You
can't
definitely
fake
gotta
soccer.
have some skill to play soccer.
Football, you can't. You can fake it to an extent, but when your coach is pissed and he pulls you off to the side and be like, "Hey, I called Sam. Why didn't you blitz?" and you can't answer that question, then now we got a bit of a problem.
I agree.
But so baseball, since that's what I'm gonna put on there, I want to get into that like just a little bit. So, how easy, hard, medium was it for you to advertise yourself as a as a baseball athlete? Because you went to college for it, of course, but is there any form of advertisement that you did beforehand? Anything in any particular camp or some
the recruiting process or
Yeah. I don't know. I just said a bunch of damn words without saying recruiting process. I don't know.
My journey, for me, I would go to camps here and there, but me and my dad we just kind of really figured out they were all just money pits basically. So we would thoroughly look through camps and see which ones would be ones that I would get most exposure from.
Right.
And I went to a couple here. Obviously everybody wants to go Division I, Power 5 schools, and
of course.
I went to
and unlike football and stuff, baseball is a collection of 15 15 players. Like that
more
would,
than that.
huh?
It's more than that.
I mean, but like for like a starting day roster type deal.
I mean,
Because like,
most teams they got
how many players are usually on the baseball team? I guess you could say.
probably anywhere between 32 to 40.
32 to 40. Okay. So it's a little bit more than I thought, of course, but it's still less
Yeah.
than something like football per se.
Yeah.
And so with college football, is there a like A team, B team, C team type deal?
See, like at when I was at A&M, it was just one team, varsity roster. But now at Francis Marion, we have the varsity roster and we have a JV team.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I think
they
that's
call
pretty...
it the JV team. They don't want us to call it the JV team. It's kind of like the developmental team. So
Right. Yeah, I can understand them not wanting to be called the JV team. I can understand that much.
Me personally, I see no reason of having a JV team in college.
Really?
Yeah.
So like you think? Oh man. See, that's a tough one there. See, because I know everybody for the most part will argue with you that, you know what I'm saying, more opportunities type deal. But where per se do you think it like falls? Like what's JV team downfalls of having that kind of program?
I mean,
I guess you could say it's less scholarships to go around, right? Am I right?
Yeah. See, like most of the time, if you get put on the JV team, you're probably not on scholarship.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're not on a scholarship. You're usually just like there type deal.
Yeah. And it's honestly for me, like I think it's just like the bill numbers of the program. Hey,
so do I have to impress someone enough to be on the JV team though, right?
I mean, yeah, you still have to impress a little bit to even get it that far, but like
yeah,
I mean, your higher level players are going to automatically be on varsity, so
of course, you know, the guy who came in 5 stars. Who's the number one high schooler? What's it? I think that dude's name is Max. Ain't it? Max?
Yeah.
Where the hell he out of?
Sure.
Max what? It's Max something. I just seen him play the other day. Buddy's got some swag to him though. Buddy got some. He's got some tattoos.
Yeah.
He a young cat. A young cat with some tatted up and everything. Yeah, he's not bad. Yeah, he's not bad. So what would you say? What would you say was the to go back to earlier anyway when you're talking about when you're talking about the recruitment being a bit of a money pit when it came to you like going to camps of a certain sort.
Like
me personally, I can see that because I know football for the most part was a pay. It was really with football in particular, it was a pay to get saw thing.
Yeah.
Because in Thompson, our issue is that we're not really focused on the exposure. We're worried. The head coach is always worried about him being in the newspaper and everybody knowing that he's winning. Because football coaches, I'm not sure how much other sports work in that realm because that's something that I was interested in, being a football coach.
Yeah.
If you don't go up, you're going backwards. Like you're for sure going backwards. If you go be a head coach, you saw a little progress, didn't win a state championship, and you leave that school. 90% of the time, as a high school coach, you're not leaving to stay a head coach.
No,
you're finna go become somebody's offensive coordinator or some shit like that. And it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. But we're not really focused on the exposure of these athletes. Like we just went to a state championship, and our star player isn't going Power 5.
Yeah, that's a little upsetting right there.
For what reason?
No clue.
None at all.
Exposure, honestly.
None at all. So, cause like I know Christian Tutt in particular. His dad, when he took him around, they had a bit more of a methodical plan behind it because he actually went out to these camps and just played and did a good job, and he actually got a lot of people to look at him. And he's in the USFL now. He plays for the Generals or the Commanders or something like that. I forgot, but he's doing well. So what tips, I guess, could you give that next guy, that 12th grader right now that's going to walk into that new baseball season? They're working on their game properly and stuff, but like, what do you think is a better choice for them to get themselves out there? Should they do the same thing and just do some more research about who's going to be there? Like, what did you do in particular?
Definitely would do a lot of research. And for me, like, video is your best best friend all the time.
Video.
Whenever you can video yourself doing something, get it out there to people. Because, I mean, video is going to tell everything.
That is true. That is true. Because, like, it's hard to rely. Because, and then I'm not going to lie, video really is everything. Because if you get a viral clip going around,
yeah,
if you hit a home run, bro, and you fall on the ground after, bro, hey, put it out there, dog.
Put it out there.
Put it out there, dog. Hell, fall at the rest of your home runs playing for the Gators. Hell, fall at and what? And you okay? So the picture you sent me, you were obviously pitching.
Yeah.
Baseball for the most part, as you move up, you have to be. It looks better when you play more positions, right? Because essentially, I feel like you're doing, unless you're pitching, you're doing almost the same thing in a different speed, with a different arm power and a different angle to work with. So you're kind of doing the same thing. So I could see them measuring your ability playing shortstop, even though you're playing left field.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, how many positions did you play when you were out here at Thompson? Like, well, in a varsity game, I guess you could say.
I mean, with me, I'm left-handed, so I'm only limited to 3.
Really?
First base, pitching, and outfield.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's a thing?
Yeah, that's a thing.
That's a thing. But I learn something every day. Are you serious?
Yeah. It's rarely ever you're going to see a left-handed shortstop, if at all.
Why?
It's just unnatural. Just looks weird for a left-handed guy to be playing shortstop or third base.
So you tell me there's no baseball fundamental rules that say that you shouldn't be playing it, other than that it looks weird?
Yeah, basically. It's like an unwritten rule, too.
Oh, for real? Oh, so we're being racist towards left-handers. I see how it is.
Yeah.
I see how it is.
Shout out to all the left-handers out there, man.
Exactly. What? Shout out y'all. I don't know. I feel like my family talked me out of it when I was young, because, like, I still write with my left hand.
Yeah.
And you see my clipper stuff on the ground. I was cleaning my clippers and stuff. When I go to cut my friend's hair or whatever, and I cut their hair, like, sometimes some stuff just do not fall in the right hand the same way it does the left. Like, I like to have the right hand doing the clipper work, but that left hand has to do everything else.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can't. Like, bro, I'll get an ironing board and, like, flip it around. I remember holding a broom when I was younger, and they were looking at me like this. Why are you doing it like that? I'm like, doing it like what? Hell, I'm doing the same thing you're doing. Hell,
You're doing it wrong hand.
Wrong hand. Yeah, wrong hand.
That's what they say. That's
what it is. I think that's a belief in somebody fix me. It's a belief in some form of religion that, like, left hand, no sirski. Like, they'll come over there and pop it type deal. And I'm like, fam, God, dog, they can't just right with their left hand. Like, come on. No disrespect to whoever believe in that, because sorry, Malik, you the devil right now. But ever since moving out, man, you've moved to a couple of different colleges, and you're pitching, right?
Yeah.
And you're pitching. I'm assuming, obviously, you're down to one position, of course, since it's Division I, Division II baseball.
Yes. When I was at A&M, I was a two-way guy, so I would pitch and hit. But when I went to Francis Marion, I was hitting when I first got there, and then, like, after the first 2 weeks, they just turned me over to a PO. But we also had, like, 9 first basemen and only, like, 2 left-handed guys in the pen, and I was one of those left-handed guys. So.
Okay. And so, bullpen at your school right now, how many guys y'all got pitching? Because I know for the most part, to all my guys out there who play other sports and stuff like that, who may not know about something about baseball, that is usually the position that's the most field, right? Because y'all got, like, let's say you don't have your star pitcher playing that day. You'll have, like, a starting guy. You'll probably see maybe 4 pitchers, right?
Yeah, give or take. Just depends on how the game goes. So, like,
yeah.
Like, last season, our bullpen, we took a beating, dude. We had, like, 3 or 4 guys go down with UCL injuries, and had one guy with a labrum tear. So our bullpen was, like, really thin. But
were you one of those guys who got hurt, or you just got more playing time out of that?
I mean, I was on rehab assignment for a good majority of the year, so I was down with the JV team getting innings in. But typically, how a week for us would go is Tuesday we have a midweek series with the team. Tuesday and Wednesday, and we would throw our midweek starters. Then we would practice on Thursday, and then Friday we have a weekend series or teams in the conference.
And you say weekend series, and like for the most part, y'all usually only play teams in 3 to 4 games, right? Like at a time.
3-game series. So like
3-game series. Is it? It's all the same day.
No. So like at A&M it was different. So it was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then here at Francis Marion we different conference. Conference have different rules, obviously, and like 75% of our schools in our conference they're religion based, so they can't play on Sunday. So what we would do is have a game on Friday, have a doubleheader on Saturday.
Okay. That makes sense. Gotta go to church.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Gotta go to church. Well, I know Christian. Well, I know for Christian people, the Bible says keep it says keep that day Sabbath.
Oh yeah.
Keep it the way it is, and I could see for a large reason why we should keep it the way it is. It's a good refresher. It's a good start. Everybody I don't know, like it's also something different about that day too.
Yeah.
Because everybody know your Sunday nap is a different nap.
I agree.
Your Sunday, like
It's the best nap of the week.
Even your Sunday morning, it just feel like a different morning.
I agree.
I don't know. I don't know how everybody else feel. Anybody feel that, man? I feel like the way you eat on Sunday different.
Sunday dinners, man.
God, dog, like everything different about Sunday. That's crazy. But so, what are you right now as far as the pitch? Are you a starting pitcher? Or are you a relief pitcher?
Nah, I'm a relief guy.
Okay. And relief guys for the most part, y'all play. They ask y'all to play like 2-3 innings type deal, because I know there's usually a level to it.
Normally, sometimes it depends on the situation.
Because you're at a new school earning your spot basically, so relief pitcher is more than likely where you'll start at.
Yeah,
you get some good innings, and they'll probably let you stay in and do right.
You either be a starter or a closer,
but that's the goal. Is that not the goal? I guess you could say. Be a starter or a closer. I guess
it depends on the guy too. Like obviously, you got some guys that just aren't made to be starters or just aren't made to be closers.
And they're just really bang up relief pitchers.
Yeah, they just give you 2 or 3 innings and that's it.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Sure, they get 2-3 innings, 6 outs.
There you go.
Shit. So, what kind of guy are you per se? You a velocity dude, a little bit of an in between kind of guy? Cause I know some dudes that's. Like, I know that's part of their repertoire. Most people most people have 3 to 4 pitches, right?
Yeah.
3 to 4 pitches. And I know some dudes, 2 of them, 2 seam and a 4 seam. Hell, 2 of them gas.
Yeah.
So, what you throwing absolute heaters out that mother or what?
I mean, I throw upper 80s, but I'm just a guy that can give you about 2 or 3 innings, and that's about it. In high school, I was a starter.
Okay. So, what do you think was a turning point in your pitching game? What did you get to college and learn and was like, and like you just got like an extra mile per hour or 2 off of it? Because I know in baseball, a mile an hour or 2 is still a lot.
Big difference, yeah.
It's still a big difference. So, what did they tell you in college that you didn't have in high school?
Honestly, I think it was a little other way around, I guess. In high school, obviously, like, I'm left-handed and I throw pretty hard, so, like, I'm pretty wild for the most part. But in high school, I was, like, able to dial it in a good bit. And when I got to college and, like, obviously, when I was at A&M, I was doing both hitting and pitching, which is pretty tough on anybody.
Yeah, I was about to say, Shohei Ohtani.
You have to dedicate the same amount of time to both, and I think like when I got to college, I was just really kind of focusing on hitting because like I was struggling in that area a little bit, so I kind of shot away from pitching a little bit, and I would just get working like here and there, but I started to get like really wild, didn't have any control, and that's when I just ended up being like a relief guy to just come in, get 1 or 2 innings, and then that's it.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I'm assuming that you want to I say I'm assuming, of course, but do you want to go to like the MLB? Like, is that something that you're interested in doing? Nice. I love to see people
drafted is the goal.
Okay, great. Love that. Hopefully with a little bit more of this, y'all go check him out. You know what I'm saying? A little bit more of this. Only put the best footage on that. So how is the journey going? All together, going between those different schools, getting coming out of Thompson. Did you go straight to a college via scholarship, or did you talk to them guys and get that tryout in?
So.
And what was the first one? The first one was Francis Marion?
No, the first one was Alabama A&M.
Alabama A&M, okay.
Yeah, so when I was getting recruited out of high school, obviously, I transferred from Thompson to Harlem, and like my senior year.
Yeah. So technically, you came out of Harlem. Yeah. That's right.
Like during that senior season, I wasn't getting looked at like by many people at all. I mean, like I was getting looked at by AU right up the road, a couple JUCOs here and there, but obviously like every kid's dream was to go Power 5, and like I had my mind stuck on that, but I just didn't have the necessary tools to be Power 5. I mean, I went to camps and they were like, everybody was telling me, you probably should go JUCO for 2 years and then come back, and I should have listened to that now, like thinking back on it now, but
okay.
I don't know.
Cause I'm so glad you say that. Because I think a lot of kids, when it comes to baseball, football, any sports, and when it comes to high school, I think they focus a lot on what their journey is going to look like. And if they would have took their mind off the journey, like you were saying, and started applying their mind to their development.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a football player and you're like, oh man, I want to go Power 5. What's your 40 time look like? You run a 4.6 right now. You're talking about playing running back. Not gonna cut it, bro. You're gonna have to run a 4.4. Yeah. You're gonna have to run. And if you run a 4.5, you better be running everyone over. Like everyone. I think people started to try to look at the process, the school, the bat and gloves I'ma buy, the football cleats I'ma buy, or whatever. Yeah, and I think that's a large issue with them now today. They're trying to market themselves instead of continuing to find out what it takes to develop those abilities. And it sounds like you found out, okay, yeah, I'm focusing on what college I'm gonna go to so I can get to the MLB. Really, right now, like today, I should just be pitching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's so hard to do that. I like, even with this podcast, there was a lot of days where I thought to myself, oh yeah, I need to buy this stuff and I need to. What am I doing? Did I do anything pertaining to this today?
Yeah.
Because this is all I can do. I can't do tomorrow. Yeah. I can't do yesterday. It's done.
I agree.
I can only do right now.
Yeah.
And I believe that there is no secret to it. I just believe if you work hard, you're going to be in the MLB, and I'm going to be excited to, I guess, hopefully record another podcast with you whenever you're playing for the freaking Blue Jays. I hope so. I think my friend Bo plays for the Blue Jays now, if I'm not mistaken. I moved to Florida my 10th grade year, and I went. I think I went to school there for half a year, like I think it was half a year, pretty much. And my friend Bo, his name was Bo Bonds. He was hilarious. He was a funny dude. He played a lot of positions, and there was people who were telling me that he was getting looked at by some serious guys. And I would go to these baseball games. It's a small town, like Thompson type deal. Yeah. Wasn't a lot to do, so I went to a few baseball games. My other friend played baseball, who I was closest with. His name was Trent. They played baseball, and I was hearing stuff about Bo this, Bo that. And he comes across my Instagram story the next day, and he's throwing the ball, and I'm like, that a Blue Jay on his shirt? Fam, sure enough, he played for the Toronto Blue Jays now. That's crazy. And I'm like, and I can't wait to see Malik Frails out there. Look at it. That Malik playing for the Braves. I swear, if I gotta ask for a jersey, I'm gonna kill you. If I gotta ask for a jersey, I'm gonna kill you. I bet,
get one.
man, I'm gonna have that thing signed. I'm gonna wear that thing like that. Y'all know him. You know him. You don't know that guy. You don't know that guy. I know that guy. Shoot, man, I'm really excited for you, bro. And I know that I just know for a fact that if like that's where you want to go, you're gonna be there. And I'm excited for you, and I can't wait for you to be there. I can't wait to go to your games and stuff like that. I can't wait to be there and support and stuff. So, and another thing, baseball, pitching. So, just for a fun question, I just wanted to get a fun question out there too. Who's the best pitcher in the MLB right now? Who's the best? I think we all know who the best player is. I don't think we have to talk much about him.
Yeah, we ain't got to talk much about that.
Yeah,
best
yeah.
pitcher?
Yeah.
Best pitcher? They might be on the same team.
You talking about I'm literally just getting back into baseball. From literally, I was playing MLB the game.
Oh, I suck, dude. I'm terrible at that. You're
terrible. So Malik said 1v1 him in MLB. He want all the smoke.
Please do not. I'm terrible at it.
So I was literally playing
MLB.
MLB.
1v1 me in Rocket League though.
Rocket League? Yeah. Rocket League is crazy though. Rocket League's tough. Rocket League is tough. Bro, when you get on there with a dude who know what he's doing, bro, buddy backtracks, runs off the wall,
it so much easier,
spins, bro, and I'm like, what the hell buddy got going on? Buddy in the air done spit this way, done scored. But I'm trying to think about who you're talking about. They're one of my favorite teams to play with on that game too, cause like it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
And Mike Trout has like the best swing in the game for sure. Like if you make a player on there. If you make a player on there, give him Mike Trout's hitting thing. It's just wonderful.
Yeah.
Who's pitching for them right now? Who you talking about?
I don't know. I could go with.
What's that guy's name?
I got two, but I don't know.
What's that guy's name? I'm trying to figure out that dude's name.
I got two best pitchers that I can go with. Yeah.
Who the second one?
Ohtani.
Oh.
Yeah.
My
first one was going to be Spencer Strider.
Spence. I call him Spence. Good old Spence. That boy be out there. That boy be out there throwing for real. God, dog, he made the ball do something, I tell you what. I was watching someone, and I got caught up watching MLB. I got caught up in the baseball all at the same time. I got caught up into watching videos of it. I'm watching dudes train in these super facilities and stuff like that. Yeah. And I'm like, they're keeping up with how the ball's leaving. They're keeping up with like the drag of the slider. You know what I'm saying? Like the breaking point. It's a lot. It's
crazy,
a lot.
Crazy what technology can do.
So what pitches do you have in the repertoire? Are you thinking about bringing new stuff in? Like, do you have a cemented 4?
Nah, I just have.
Okay.
Already, I ain't looking to add anything. I think I'm good with what I have in my repertoire. I got a 2-seam fastball, 4-seam fastball, cutter, slider, curveball, and a changeup.
I mean, well, I'm not gonna lie. That's 6 of them. So I mean, I can't. That's not really. I mean, you can't beat that with a stick. I mean, that's 6 of them that you're throwing right there. Because I watched somebody throwing a slider the other day, and it's one of the baseball dudes. He was sitting there like this. He went over there. The dude was trying to throw a slider, and his slider wasn't breaking. It broke, but like it broke, like ever so slightly.
Yeah.
Like it had like a light break to it, but he was trying to get that bastard to go like, you know what I'm saying, like 80% of the way there, and then just drop. And I'm like, wow. So he took the baseball out of Buddy's hand and was like, all right, you're throwing it like this. All right, so I'm finna put your hands on the ball. Put your hands on the ball. Yep. I'm going to turn it this way. No. Don't move your hands. Leave your hands where that. I'm turning the ball. All right. Now throw it like that. Keep that thing on there. He turned around, man. He threw that bastard. Bro, fam. Fooled me. I'm not even the batter, dog. Fooled me. Oh, the only reason I say that is because you said you were having trouble hitting. I think hitting a baseball is by far like the hardest thing to do in sports.
Yeah, it's
be for real now. Be for real now.
It can be pretty tough at times.
Be for real now.
I mean, when you got somebody like Spencer Strider up there throwing 102.
Spencer Strider, Shohei Ohtani. I mean, like those guys. If you're throwing anything 100 miles an hour, I'm not hitting it. You throw anything 100 miles per hour. Hell, you can throw a basketball 100 miles per hour. I'm probably not hitting that.
I agree.
I'm probably not hitting that. It's probably the hardest thing to do in sports. And what would you say kind of helped you with it even like just a little bit? What was something that came along? Hell, it could have been 7th grade. It could have been 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you said you still had trouble. Could have been 7th grade. Could have been 8th grade that it hit your head and like for some odd reason your mechanics hurt it.
Yeah.
You ever had that happen before? Yeah. You ever had somebody like explain like everybody kept telling you gotta go there like this, go there, and then that one dude say go there like this, turn left, take a right, drag it on through the left, and like you got it, and like you got it. What was it that you heard?
The biggest thing for me, I had a hitting coach at Harlem, the old Bob Hatcher. He told me to literally sit fastball and adjust to everything else, and it helped me out tremendously because like a lot of the time I was like up there guessing pitches, and like when you guess, you're never gonna be ready for anything. So like you're guessing a curveball, and bam, there goes a fastball, and you're not ready for it. And obviously, like fastball is one of the easiest pitches to hit, so you just want to make sure you're always ready for that fastball.
So, how many balls do you actually hit that you haven't pre-predicted? Like, I feel like that has to be such a small percentage because, like we were just explaining, it's so hard to do. How many of those balls that have you actually hit that you guessed on?
A couple. And if I did hit them, they weren't like solid hits. They were probably just like
rolled over the top of them or something
swings,
like.
But yeah, that is a small percentage. I mean, you just have to be lucky guessing, honestly.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, no, I couldn't do it. I don't know if I'm patient enough. I don't know if I'm patient enough to do it. I do want to learn how to pitch though.
Yeah.
For some odd reason. Like I want to learn how to play. Like, there's a lot of random stuff I want to learn how to do. That's kind of wild. That's really one of the only reasons why I want to actually be financially wealthy. Yeah. One of the few. Because there's a few more in there. Obviously, take care of the family and stuff, of course. Yeah. You know, buy mama a house, all that obvious stuff. But like, I want to learn how to pitch. I want to learn how to like speak Spanish. I want to learn how to play a guitar.
Man, I had got really good at Spanish.
No.
At one point, I really did. When I was at A&M, so with that.
Oh, you had some Mexican.
I had Mexicans, had Puerto Ricans, Dominican.
Puerto Ricans. Dominican. Oh, you know what? You did play baseball. You had to know some of that. You had to know some of that.
Oh yeah. Too bad they only taught me like the bad words, but
of course they
that's
did.
The best part though.
Bro, yeah, no, they just love to see you. Puta. No, my friend Mariano, he gets real frustrated, and you can tell that it's his native tongue because like without hesitation, Spanish comes out when he's frustrated. He'll just be throwing Veta la verga, wey.
Pizza cabrón.
Pinche cabrón. They get real mad. Mad, and they'll get mad easily. But what would you say? What would you say? Another baseball question, I guess you could say. What do you got to say to them? Before I had another question for you, and kind of want to transition off baseball, I guess you could say a little bit.
Got you. What's
that thing that I missed? What you got to tell? What do you have to tell? Because it's a part of your life that you've actually experienced. Yeah. What do you have that I didn't go over for that high schooler, for that guy who's trying to make it too? Because like most people going to see this are going to be from Thompson, they're going to be from Harlem, they're going to be from these same places. Yeah. And these kids got these same dreams. Like, is there anything extra in particular that you want to say to them?
No, not really. Just stay consistent. Obviously, you got to stay on top of your grades. That's big thing. People might not realize that. Like, obviously, they tell you school is important, but it's a lot more important than what they tell you.
Yeah, no, because I promise you, if you're in high school and you're throwing 89, there's somebody else throwing 89 who has all A's. Like, and they're not, and I promise you, they're not gonna try to bank off you with all of that, with all of those referrals.
You kind of gotta look at it as a job interview. Or we're gonna take a guy that throws 90 plus with 2.0 GPA, or we're gonna take a guy that also throws 90 plus with 4.0.
Yeah.
They're gonna go with that 4.0 guy every time.
Yeah, they are, and well, I really do hope that you make it there, And to I guess get to a little deeper, you told me earlier. You told me about it. You said that you have cancer.
Yeah.
And that's a crazy one. That's a whirlwind of a thing to have. What type do you have, if I may ask?
So back in last year in November, I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Ah, okay. So Hodgkin's lymphoma. So where does that cancer, for the people who don't know, I'm a little ignorant to the different types of cancer. Yeah, like I really am.
This is actually my first time ever hearing about this when they told me.
Exactly. Yeah. See, exactly. I didn't.
Like,
I've heard
obviously
of
you have, like,
Hodgkin's. I've seen the commercials for Hodgkin's lymphoma,
Yeah.
but I didn't know it was a form of cancer.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So what does it affect on the body?
So, God, I should be better at this, but from like what I gather is like it affects your lymphatic system. So like obviously you have lymph nodes throughout your whole body, like your both sides of your necks, under your arms, in your groin area,
Mm-hmm.
and it basically takes over that and it starts forming these like huge like lumps all over your body, and like once it gets like really bad, it starts taking over like your heart, your liver, your spleen, and like all those places. And obviously like all cancer has different stages, and I was stage 4, so like mine was like really bad when we found out about it. And
So did you? So like, was it visible? Like, did you?
So
Is that what sent you to the hospital? Was the bumps?
that's the crazy thing. So like it's with this, like it's a silent killer. Like when I talked to the doctor, they were giving me like an estimate of like probably when it started, and I think I had it for like at least 2.5 years before like any symptoms started showing up.
Wow.
It was summer of last year, actually. I was at home for the summer. I was here from school, and like I woke up one day, went into the bathroom, I like lifted up under my arms, and I had like huge lumps up under my arms.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dude, what the heck is that? But like we just thought it was like
There was but there
like
wasn't a lump the day before.
yeah, it wasn't a lump there the day before. And we just thought, like, I was talking to my parents about it, and we thought it was just like something with like with my skin or like something going on. It was just like a muscle.
Yeah, it could. I was about to say it could be baseball. It could be could you pulled a tendon. It's just
Yeah,
now
yeah,
swelling
but, like,
or something.
It never like bothered me from throwing or anything. So I was like, oh, we'll just get them removed.
So yeah, I was about to say I can only imagine how light you thought it was at first.
And we were just like, yeah, we'll get them removed. It'll be fine, because it wasn't affecting my throwing or anything. And then like later on down the road, getting ready to move back into school, I had trouble sleeping, and like I started having night sweats really bad, and I started itching like all over my body really bad, and we couldn't figure out what was going on. And then like also during that time, I was like lifting a lot during the summer, and I was starting to have like lower back problems, and like I couldn't figure out why, but I thought it was just, I strained my lower back or something, and that's what it was.
Oh wow. Okay. So how did I mean, who is there with you? I guess you could say day of. How did the day of go?
So like when I found out,
yeah.
So actually it was crazy. So like we moved back in August, and we were going day by day, and I forgot what. Oh yeah, I started having back spasms like in the middle of the night. Started having really bad back spasms, and I was like, dude, what's going on? So I went to the urgent care, and they couldn't figure out what was going wrong with me, and then they ended up giving me like muscle relaxers or something, so that like ended up killing it. So I was thinking I was all right. Went 3 weeks after that, this like huge lump just shows up on the side of my neck, and I hadn't even noticed it. And I was just like in the apartment with my friends one day. I was like, dude, what is on your neck? And I was like, what are you talking about? And I look in the mirror, like my neck's like, looks like a freaking bowling ball on the side of my neck. So I go back to the urgent care,
and it gets that big type deal, like it really. Yeah. Okay.
It really got that big. And I went back to the urgent care, and they were like, listen, there's nothing we can do for you. You might need to go see a family physician doctor. And we were like, oh, okay. So go see that. They run a bunch of blood tests on me, trying to figure out what was going on. Figured out I had mono at some point. Didn't even know I had it. Mm-hmm. And I was actually, when we got the call about it, we had just got done with my history class that morning, and I was eating breakfast at this place, and they called me and they, listen, Mr. Frails, we do not know why your white blood cell count is skyrocketing. You might need to go to the hospital. And went to the hospital right then and there, and then that's when they told us that I had Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Wow, man, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that you got a battle with something like that.
Yeah.
Man, that's got to be a crazy phone call. I can imagine.
Oh yeah, dude,
Mom
it
and
was
dad are upset and
insane. It was
everything.
crazy because I was like happy because I just passed my history test like an hour
Yeah.
ago, and then you get hit with news like that. I was like, oh crap, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can imagine. So dealing with cancer, has it made baseball any form of a problem? I mean,
So
well, to point out the obvious, I don't want to sound like an idiot here. I know that you've got to go to different doctor's appointments and do different stuff, but do you feel like it's been a big hindrance in your life so far? Or do you think you're handling it well?
um, so like with that, I mean, obviously, like, you just can't get down about it. Like, you have to stay positive the whole time. Like, if you ever get down about it, then you're just gonna
There's a
go
there's
in
a there's a deep down.
yeah,
I
this
think
depressed state, and
I think if I'm not mistaken, I said this even the other day, and I gotta go look again. I believe it's like 110 men every day kill themselves from suicide and suicidal thoughts. So like
yeah.
I can kind of, I guess you could say, I know that deep.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I know that
I mean,
deep.
especially
I put myself there though because
yeah,
obviously mine wasn't what you're dealing with. Mine was
yeah,
probably about a girl or something, bro. You see what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah. I agree.
And I think I think that should show everyone else the power of being down there and forcing yourself down there.
I agree. Yeah, but like it's easy to get depressed, especially like when you get news like that, and then like you're trying to balance baseball and school and like a social life. Like it gets pretty tough sometimes.
Yeah.
But you just like I said, you just got to stay positive about it.
Yeah, cause I believe that the Bible says for us anyway that all the battles that we fight are for a reason.
Oh yeah,
So now I know. Now
yeah,
I'm so glad to know that I have to remind myself that, of course, in the moment, because in the moment, emotions scream.
yeah,
Emotions want to be there. They want to be. They want like. You ever heard misery loves company?
yeah,
Sadness loves company.
yeah.
Anguish loves company. Anxiety loves company.
Oh,
All
yeah.
of those feelings love to stay
Oh, yeah.
and be around each other and ponder with each other. It's so hard for me to tell myself, I'm 22 years old in a home and I got a brand new truck, and I still sit here some days and feel like I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I still sit here and feel something, and it gets kind of hard sometimes. But like sitting there and reminding myself, okay, yeah, you're tweaking. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like
Yeah.
you're tripping. It's hard to talk myself out of those issues and some of that stuff sometimes. So I can only imagine, you know what I'm saying, it being such a building block for your life, and I know it's gonna
Yeah.
make such a man out of you, dog. After
Oh, yeah.
after you're done, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I'm proud of you because I know you're gonna make it.
Yeah,
I know you're gonna make it. I know you're gonna
Appreciate
I know you're gonna pass through it, and you know what I'm saying, be able to tell everybody else, oh, I'm thugging for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, oh man, that really does gotta be a lot. So are you having to go through chemotherapy? What has the doctor told you about the healing process from this, and is there an end, or does it just kind of happen if it does?
All right, yeah. So I'll just give you the whole rundown. So like, obviously, like I was diagnosed with it last November, and I had to do chemo, and I think I had 6 cycles. So like with a cycle, so in one cycle there's 2 treatments, and I had 12 of them. So that's 6 cycles, and it started in November. I didn't get done until May, and
Right.
obviously like with baseball coming up right around in the spring, I had to do treatments, and then practice, and then still somehow playing games while doing treatment. In the fall, it wasn't that bad because we were on the back end of our fall season. So
Right.
when I got back to school in the spring and we were starting to work out again and stuff, and the NCAA, everybody's mandatory off day is Monday for most schools.
Okay.
So what I did,
Didn't know that.
So what I did, I changed my treatment days to Monday, and I would go in at 8:00 in the morning, get treatment, sit there for 4 hours, and then the rest of the day I would just sleep. That next morning I would go to weights at 5 in the morning, and was weightlifting and perfectly fine afterwards. Obviously, like you have to take it light. Like I can't do high strength training, so
High intensity
high
stuff.
intensity stuff. So, like, obviously it was just stuff to like get my body back in shape, get moving around a lot more. And I mean, I was able to do that the entire season. I mean, it was actually one day we had a game. I think it was against Aiken, actually, USC Aiken. And that was the first game I came back and pitched on varsity, and it was the day after treatment.
Ah,
So,
man.
yeah.
Wow. Okay, so definitely a battle going on there. So with different forms of like medications and stuff going around, and like I know there's a couple of pharmaceutical companies getting sued for different stuff and
Yeah.
everything. Have you been down that rabbit hole in particular? Because I know like me personally, I know the COVID-19 vaccine put up a lot of question marks for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't want to get the vaccine at first, but I was like kind of forced to, being at school and all. So I just ended up biting the bullet and getting it.
Yeah, it's because the only issue is just that, you know, it's like it's simple stuff. People just started asking questions, and once you start asking questions, and people start getting angry, and then so now you're like, what are you defending?
What are you doing?
You know what I'm saying? So like I watched the Joe Rogan podcast, and what got me into it wasn't even Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's a UFC dude. He was on Fear Factor. So like I seen Joe Rogan on Fear Factor at my grandma's house when she watched it, but like I got onto it because there were so many doctors that he brought on that had a bunch of different stuff to say about a crap ton of medications. Have you seen a holistic doctor or something like that by chance?
What do you mean, like
Holistic doctors? Good Lord, I could be saying this wrong. God forbid. Holistic doctors, if I'm not mistaken, are doctors that usually completely go off medication. I'm sorry, plant-based medication of some way, some form, some fashion.
Like herbs and like
herbs and stuff like that. And
I didn't do any of that.
Yeah, no, I was about to say, because from what I understand, did they tell you how you developed it?
See, that's the crazy thing. We do not know where it came from. Now,
that's the thing. I heard that they're telling a lot of people who dealing with what you're dealing with that same thing, but cancers are already in your body.
Yes, you
right?
already have cancer cells in your
body. And then you'll just all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, like you were saying, rapidly develop them in a bad way. From what I was hearing is that it's kind of like, it's like a food, it's also like food thing. It's like what we eat. Yeah. It's what we drink.
It could be.
And the crazy part about it is you're an athlete though. So like
that's the thing.
So like how bad could you possibly have been eating? You know what I'm saying? To call, you know, and I'm not a doctor. I'm sorry, bro. I'm just interested in stuff.
No, I understand. So what my doctor explained to me, as she said, like you see a lot of athletes that have this same type of case that I have.
Ah, really?
Yeah, and they said that some people say that it could be from Roundup, like the stuff that kills weeds on the grass and stuff. So it could be from playing football. It could be from playing baseball or something like that, or even golf. And
they
spray a lot of chemicals on golf courses too. And obviously, I like to golf a lot.
Yeah. But my thing is, they say that, but they don't really talk about it being sprayed on your food too.
Because that is true.
Because the corn that you eat full of pesticides and stuff like that, and full of all that other stuff. I don't know, man. I feel like if you keep going through that diet and keep changing a lot of stuff, man, I think you'll see a lot of better health stuff. Because like, obviously, I can't tell you how to help that. Like, I wish I had a bottle. You know what I'm saying, and that I could give to everyone and make people feel better, of course. But I changed a lot of my stuff, and I have a lot of issues that are gone. Like I used to have allergies horribly. I have 2 dogs that I just put in that cage, bro. I couldn't breathe around them dudes, bro. Yeah. I changed my allergy medicine to honey. Yeah. To like honey from in the area. Like it's got to be from the area because you're eating the pollen from in the area. That's what helps you for the most part, from what I understand. I changed my honey. Boom, my thing was changed. I was done. I didn't have to take allergy medicine anymore. I went from having to take a pill every single day to now eating some honey every now and again, and I don't have any allergy problems, like almost at all.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Crazy.
No. Like I actually started trying. Some of this stuff. So I used to smoke more. Like I used to smoke more stuff. What stuff? Who knows? And obviously that's a buildup of mucus.
Yeah.
So you'll build up a lot of mucus smoking a lot. And so I was smoking a lot, and so I went on TikTok, and I was like, and apparently it's called phlegm.
Yeah.
I found out a bunch of crap from TikTok before I even Googled.
I've learned a lot more stuff on TikTok than I've ever learned in school.
Facts. I'm talking about my kid has no food in there that has dyes in it at all. And it's a long story. So I looked up this thing for phlegm, and it's like a little bit of cayenne pepper, a little bit of garlic powder, hot water, and lemon.
Yeah.
Fam, swallow that shit, bro. Damn near threw up because of how thick the mucus was that was just leaving. Like an hour later, it just started rushing out of my body. And once again, no medications, no big pharmaceutical companies.
Crazy.
Because if you go pick up Tylenol and pick up Dollar General Tylenol, go look at the ingredients. It's the same ingredients.
I agree.
It's the same ingredients. What I would implore you to do is go on Joe Rogan podcast and go to every episode where there's a doctor.
Yeah, I listen to his podcast a good bit.
Cause like even when you said something earlier about like you had a couple people down with injuries at your college, that don't sound. And nothing against that college, but it sounds like if they're tearing the same shit and everybody's hurting the same shit, we're all not doing this exercise or this stretch. We're not doing something.
I agree.
This stuff don't just. I don't know. I refuse to believe it. I don't know. It goes. Like I used to have super dark circles under my eyes, and it got to a point where they were so dark they began to turn like purple. Yeah. To an extent. I took dyes out of my food, and I don't have it anymore.
Dang. That's
crazy. You know, Pop-Tarts are illegal in Europe. I don't eat Pop-Tarts anymore. I don't even drink milk because like I used to tell people, oh man, I'm lactose intolerant. I got to take a pill. This pill I used to have is called Lactaid, and it produces lactose for me because I don't produce lactose to break down that thing, to break down the milk. That's why it's so bad. And I thought to myself, why? Come to find out, most black people are lactose intolerant. Yeah. 99% of Asians are lactose intolerant. Why? Oh, because in Europe, a bunch of white people a long time ago were drinking milk. Yeah. And they brought over the same status. Fam, that is a random animal that we're getting the milk for the kids from. Where the milk come from, dog? Be for real. We're animals too. Yeah. When does your mama produce milk? When your mama finna have a baby. Yes. Fam, that milk for a baby cow. What am I doing drinking it? I don't know. I went through all of this stuff, and I started to notice that when I went to the gym, my muscles stayed longer because I have a 4-year-old. My fiance's pregnant at the moment. Yeah. I have a 4-year-old, so it's not like I can be in the gym every day. Yeah. But when I go to the gym, my muscles are staying longer. They're staying longer than 2 weeks. My hair is healthier. My sleep's better than it's ever been. And I removed like all of these crazy things like out of my the spray, the olive oil spray that you have, the butter. Yeah. It's got butane in it. They could have just put air in it. Like I have an olive oil can in there. It's literally that's what it is. It's compressed air. That's what they were using forever for a long time. Yeah. Then all of a sudden they came out with this and it says it has no butane in it. No butane. Wait a minute. So this other stuff got butane in it? So you're telling me they could have just been putting air in this bottle, but to look cooler, we put butane in it. Hey. Fam, I don't know about you. I don't eat butane. Nah. But no, man, I went down that small little rabbit hole, man, and I'm hoping that whatever you find out along your way continues to help you, the mind of your family, and I know what to sit down and exactly pray for tonight too, because prayer changes things for sure. The Bible says the prayer of the righteous availeth much. Oh yeah. and I'm hoping you get that figured out. You know what I'm saying? Sooner than later. So the real question is, what you doing to get to the MLB?
Honestly, at this point, you just gotta put up numbers.
You just gotta put up numbers.
Gotta put up numbers.
Gotta put up numbers. When's the next season? Where can everyone tune into the next game? Where can they see Malik Frails beyond this podcast?
Gotta tune into the Sports Patriot Network.
Sports Patriot Network.
Yes.
Sports Patriot Network. Who y'all playing next? You know yet? Or is it like what time frame are we in right now as far as baseball?
We're in the fall right now.
We're in the fall right now. So
get ready to start the fall, and we won't play until the spring. So
I won't play until the spring. Okay,
so
okay.
You got
okay. So you're in the lab with it. You're in the lab
we're
with
in the lab right now.
Yeah, you're in the lab right now. I'm gonna go over there and help him, y'all. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Even though I had no absolutely nothing about baseball for the most part. I don't know crap. I don't know crap about baseball. But so having that going on, having baseball going on, you're kind of a busy dude. So once again, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for coming. How do you deal with family after hearing about stuff like this? And when I say that, to elaborate more on my question, family sometimes feels more hurt and more pain and more anguish for you
I agree.
than you feel for your own self, which obviously is just a form of love, of course.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you tell everyone, like, because me personally, I was dealing with it the wrong way. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm cool.
Kind of like shutting everybody out and dealing with it
because like I don't want them to worry though, but I also didn't say it the best way I possibly could, and for some odd reason, I thought I was giving them a burden.
Yeah.
By thinking about me when they've always been thinking about me. Now they're really just worried. So like, how are you dealing with that?
I mean, with my family, I mean, I communicated pretty well. I mean, obviously, like I was in Florence at the time when I was diagnosed, so that's 2.5 hours away from here. So like, we would just communicate back and forth. Who would come to this treatment day? It would either be my mom or my dad. They would just take turns back and forth, and I mean, the support was there. I mean, and I applaud them for that. I mean, because they have 3 other kids that they have to look after at home.
Yeah, shout out mom and dad. Wow.
Oh yeah.
How many more brothers and sisters is that?
I have 2 brothers and 1 sister.
How old are they?
My second oldest brother is 19, sister's 17, and my youngest one is about to turn 12 here on the 31st.
I didn't know you had brothers and sisters. Where they going to school at now?
In Harlem.
Oh, they're going to school in Harlem. Okay, cool.
One just graduated last year, and then
was that the brother?
Yeah.
Was that the brother? Oh, okay. Yeah. What's he doing now?
He's just chilling right now.
Okay, yeah. I was about to say,
Trying to figure out life.
Yeah, because I think there's a lot of pressure for us to know exactly what we're doing at 18. And personally speaking, unless you've worked with your dad out there in that construction site and you found out that's what you want to do, unless you picked up that football, baseball, basketball, and you know what you want to do, for the most part, how can I know I want to be a doctor?
Yeah.
Like, where is the day in the life? You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's all the information part of it, but little did they tell you, hey, if you're a doctor and you go to this hospital, you're going to be in charge of a floor and you're going to be above 15 nurses. Wow. So I have to be a doctor and a manager. Like, they don't cover those parts of the thing, and like, and believe me, a lot of people looked at me sideways, and a lot of people asked me what I was gonna do. But I was also in a bit of a specific situation per se. Yeah. I actually had moved out and moved with my friend, and his mom, who took tremendous care of all of us. I'm talking about, golly, that lady is beyond. I'm beyond thankful for her in my life. Holy cow! Because there was a point where I had somewhere to live, but I also had nowhere to live.
Yeah.
At the same time, my car was probably the most comfortable place that I felt. And at that beginning time, I didn't even have a vehicle.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people were looking at me indifferent because I was thinking about going to the military, and the military looked good, especially for me. It was literally the route.
Yeah. You
ever had a bunch of people looking and like, oh, you think about doing this? Oh, I'm a fan of this one. I'm a fan of this one right here. Yeah. And and like people are very adamant about being a fan of this number 3 over here.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about going to the military, and then as I was getting closer and closer and closer, I was just like, man, is this really what I want to do?
Yeah.
Is this really what I want to, like, you know what I'm saying, go off?
You have to sit down and think about it sometimes.
It's 4 whole years.
Yeah.
Like, and I found out, like, after going through so many weeks of it, I found out, like, just like, nah, this ain't it. Not doing this. And everybody's looking crazy, of course, because I really don't have anywhere to stay. I don't have the job. I don't have a 6-figure job lined up. So now everybody's looking at me crazy. So everybody's like, what you gonna do? And I don't know wasn't good enough.
Yeah. People want answers, man.
And for all the kids out there, bro, and for everybody, I say kids, people around my damn age, hell, honestly, you could be 28 watching this, dog. After living, bro, you don't have to figure that out.
Yeah.
I don't know who you're surrounding yourself with, or whether everybody's just brainwashed into it because they think it's what's best for you. But nah, dog, you don't gotta do that. You ain't gotta do that. You don't have to go off to that college because everybody in your family graduated college. You don't have to go to this place. You don't have to go to that place because everybody else did it, fam.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I mean, heck, just look at me right now. I'm in college right now and still trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
I don't have a house. I mean, prime example right here.
Yeah,
I have a lot of friends that didn't go to college and have big, nice houses, nice jobs, and doing pretty good for themselves.
Yeah, because I think personally so to kind of help split everybody's minds, if you're thinking about finances in high school, stop right now. Please stop right now. Because if you go to work where you love, or you go to work where you have a plan, you're gonna look good. If you don't enjoy yourself, you can't work your hardest. Fam, you love baseball. That's why that 5 a.m. lift meant something to you.
Oh yeah.
You could have skipped it. You could have seen this cancer coming. You're like, oh man, college, I quit.
Yeah.
But you love playing baseball, so there's a bit of sacrifice that you're willing to have. And I think y'all just gotta love what you're doing. If your grades were bad, nobody ever taught you anything or whatever it may be, hell, the Augusta Green Jackets up the street. Keep, you know what I'm saying? Keep playing, keep practicing, keep going. I got tired of thinking about my dreams.
Yeah.
I got so tired of thinking about my dreams. This is part of it. And I'm like, why am I not going ahead and going to do this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so if you're thinking about finances, I think if you're in the right place and you're in the right time and you're doing what you love and doing what God needs you to do, the money part is going to follow. Like before I moved into this house. So a lot of people don't know, if you get an FHA loan, you only got to pay like 3% on your house. So you don't need, I would also recommend buying a house. Also, I wouldn't recommend renting.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I wouldn't recommend renting because I'm actually going to leave this house in probably like 3 years and then get all of my money back. Get it put into an escrow, be able to buy my own house and leave it in the escrow and then shove that into other businesses, and it's not going to be taxed as much. Oh, yeah. Don't sell your house and then try to pull all the money. You don't want to pay the taxes on that. I promise you don't. Yeah. Oh, damn. Where was I at? Oh, man. Wow. I started
got into economics a little bit there.
Yeah, I did. But I would recommend doing that. Finances really isn't the hard part, bro. It really isn't the hard part. It's about the way you're looking at it. Like he was saying about staying down and trying not to hold yourself in this deep part. Fam, you're 21, you're 19, you're 18, you're 28. You don't have to have it all figured out, bro. Your kid's college fund don't gotta be here yet, fam. If you ain't even got a kid yet, fam, it don't gotta be here yet, fam.
Just live life.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. Like, I mean, I have some good ideas about what I want to do with my kids as far as their college funds and everything. I ain't got it started yet, nor do I believe in stressing in it right now.
Oh yeah.
Nor do I believe stressing it right now, because God also, I didn't know this till the other day. God also promised us in the Bible, which is something I don't know why a bunch of people don't talk about. some reason. He basically promised us a smooth passing.
Yeah.
Like in the Bible, it's like, hey, if you follow me and everything, I know it's fearful and everything to die, but the day that you do, it's going to be great. It's going to be wonderful. And you're not even going to know it. Because I'm going to make sure that that happens.
Yeah.
Which is another, like, wow, I feel great now. Like, I feel rested and assured. Like, I feel more secure because when I panic, I'm like, wow, yeah, I know I'm not going nowhere because I'm panicking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But it's been great talking with you today, man. Having stuff like that to deal with in your life, and you know what I'm saying, you still going, you still flowing. You know what I'm saying, you still got the same smile Malik had a while ago.
Yeah.
Malik, you. Hey, if I could take that from you, I would, bro. You're always happy, bro. I can't, like, I don't remember. Like, I remember you obviously being a little mad about like a football player or something like that. But other than that, bro,
it's always
if you beefing with him, fam, you beefing with yourself.
Basically,
eat that steak by yourself, cause he don't got none with you at all. But I guess we're done for today, and I'm gonna wrap this up, and I'm gonna throw this on there. Hopefully y'all enjoy it, and y'all keep sticking around, and y'all keep staying around. And I love y'all for anyone who's even viewing this for 5 minutes, whether you cut this on in your car the other day and you watched it for 20 seconds. Don't matter. Leave a like, make sure you comment, subscribe, and more than likely the next time you'll see Malik, it'll be in a MLB jersey. Hopefully. I say more than likely. I say 100%, unless God obviously makes him fall in love with something else.
Yeah.
But right now we know what his love is, and we know where Malik's going.
Y'all go follow me on the gram too, by the way.
I'm actually if you send me everything, I'm gonna throw all of that in the comment section too. And there's only one stipulation.
What?
There's only one stipulation. You have to share it too.
All right.
You got to share the video too. You got to share the video too. Because really, what I want to do is if I get the video to your mom and daddy, your people that you play baseball with in South Carolina and stuff like that, and they like it, and they want to see some more, and they want to see some more of me, boom, they see more of me, and then boom, they see more of you later on. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say the only stipulation is you got to share it too.
I got you.
Oh yeah, go check it out. I did have Udonis Haslam's brother on here.
Yeah.
The last time. Y'all go check that out. That's the most recent episode. But anything else you got to say, Malik, before we head out today?
Nah, not that.
Once again, appreciate you for your time, though. Thank you massively for your time today, though, man. And I guess we're going to wrap it up today. And thank y'all for tuning in one more time to Sturgis in the Lab. And we out.
See.